everyone. In my previous video, we have discussed Joule's law and Joule's coefficient. In this chapter, we will discuss Joule-Thomson coefficient. In Joule's experiment, the gas was expanded from higher pressure to vacuum, while in this experiment, a gas is passed through a porous plug from higher pressure to lower pressure. And in this experiment, this is the experimental setup, and there is a thermally insulated tube fitted with porous plug in between, and two frictionless and weightless piston X and Y, and two thermometers T1 and T2 are also fitted in the tube to record the temperature. In left hand sides, the pressure of gas is P1, volume of gas is V1, and temperature of gas is T1, while the gas in right hand sides has pressure P2, volume V2, and temperature T2. The whole apparatus is thermally insulated, so there is no exchange of heat. So this process is an adiabatic process, and when expansion of gas occur through porous plug, a drop in the temperature is recorded, and this drop in the temperature is found to be the proportional to the pressure difference. It means del T is directly proportional to del P. Consider certain amount of gas is passed through porous plug, and as I already mentioned that the pressure and temperature on the left side of porous plug is P1, T1, and volume is V1, and similarly the pressure in the right hand side of the gas is P2, temperature is T2, and volume is V2. The gas is compressed, so work done on the gas is P1 V1, and work done by the gas is P2 V2. So the net work done by the gas is P2 V2 minus P1 V1. This is the W. And since the expansion of gas is taking place adiabatically, because it is adiabatic process, so there is no exchange of heat, so Q is equal to 0. So the gas performs the work at the cost of its internal energy. From the first law of thermodynamics, you know that del E is equal to Q minus W, or here Q is 0. So putting the value of Q, we get del E is equal to minus W, and if we put the value of W, which was P2 V2 minus P1 V1, and del E is equal to E2 minus E1. So by rearranging this equation, we get P2 V2 minus P1 V1 is equal to E1 minus E2, and E2 plus P2 V2 is equal to E1 plus P1 V1. E plus PV, you know that E plus PV is equal to H, which is enthalpy. So E2 plus P2 V2 is equal to H2, and E1 plus P1 V1 is equal to H1. So H2 is equal to H1. So initial enthalpy is equal to final enthalpy. So there is no change in the enthalpy. So del H is 0. Joule-Thomson coefficient. For Joule-Thomson coefficient, we know that H is a function of pressure and temperature. So we can write this equation: dH equal to del H upon del T at constant pressure into dt plus del H upon del P at constant temperature into dP. Or del H upon del T at constant pressure is equal to Cp. Cp, what is Cp? Cp is the heat capacity at constant pressure. So dH is equal to Cp dt plus del H del P at constant temperature into dP. And because this process is isoenthalpic process, because I have already proved that del H is equal to 0, so dH is also 0. So dH, the value of dH is 0. So we get equation number 6. By rearranging this equation 6, we get Cp dt is equal to minus del H del upon del P at constant temperature dP, and finally we get equation number 7. Del T upon del P at constant enthalpy is equal to minus 1 upon Cp del H upon del P at constant temperature. यहाँ dt में dp का भाग लगा है तो ये अवकलन में चेंज हो गया. del T अपॉन del P एट constant enthalpy is equal to minus 1 upon Cp del H upon del P at constant temperature. This term is known as Joule-Thomson coefficient. Del T upon del P at constant enthalpy, and it is also known as mu Jt. It is denoted by mu Jt. So mu Jt is equal to del T upon del P at constant enthalpy. From equation 7 and 8. What is 7? Equation number 7 is this. So we can write del T upon del we can replace del T upon del P at constant enthalpy by mu Jt. So we get equation number 9. Mu Jt is equal to minus 1 upon Cp del H upon del P at constant temperature. So this is the formula of Joule-Thomson coefficient. This is the point to be noted. Joule-Thomson coefficient for ideal case. We want to calculate the Joule-Thomson. What is the value of Joule-Thomson coefficient for ideal case? So we know that the formula of Joule-Thomson coefficient is mu Jt is equal to minus 1 upon Cp del H upon del P at constant temperature. H, or you also know that H is equal to E plus PV. By putting the value this is equation 9. By equation from equation 9 and nine and 10. This is 9 and this is 10. So H की वैल्यू पुट की, so we get equation number 11. mu Jt is equal to minus 1 upon Cp del E plus PV upon del P at constant temperature. So next we can write, so we get equation number 12, minus 1 upon Cp del E upon del P at constant temperature plus del PV upon del P at constant temperature. Now del E upon del P at constant temperature can be written as del E upon del V T at constant temperature into del V upon del P at constant temperature, and we get equation number 13. And for an ideal case, you know that E is only function of temperature. Internal energy is the function of only temperature. It doesn't depend on volume. So the differentiation of internal energy with respect to V is 0 for ideal case. So del E upon del V at constant temperature into del V upon del P T is also 0, because if one term is 0, 0 is multiplied, any number which is multiplied by 0 is the result is also 0. So the first term of equation in equation 13 will be 0. So mu Jt, and we also know that PV is constant at constant pressure. sorry, PV is constant and constant temperature, because in this the second term the temperature is remains constant, so PV is constant at constant temperature according to Boyle law. So the differentiation of PV with respect to P at constant temperature is also 0. So by equation 13, 15 and 16, this is 13, the first term is also 0 and second term is also 0, so the value of mu J we get 0. So we can say that Joule-Thomson coefficient for ideal gas is 0.